Welcome back. Here we are at the kitchen sink to do the experiment when we burn sugar and when we burn oil. So here we have all of our supplies, and I'm actually going to time the time it takes to burn each of these. So here we have a little bit of sugar. I'm just putting it on this spoon here. Approximately 1/8 of a teaspoon. Now I don't recommend that you do this experiment at home. Just saying. It's not necessary. And all right, so we're going to time this starting now. So you can see what happens initially when the sugar starts to burn. It starts to melt. And as we torch it, then what ends up happening is that it'll start to burn on its own. There we go. It definitely smells burned. I know you can't smell it, but it definitely smells burned. There we go. Oh, it started burning on its own. And so what ends up happening is it just turns into a charred lump. Remember I said that not all calories are created equally? I want to show you what happens when we burn a little bit of oil. So this is just, wow, I can really smell that burned smell of the sugar now. When we take a little bit of oil, and once again, approximately 1/8 of a teaspoon, not too terribly much. And I'm resetting the timer here and start. And now what happens when we burn the oil? When we burn the oil, no matter how long we burn it for, it will stay nice and clear, nice and even. I can move it around just by the flame. But the idea of this is to show you the difference between oil and sugar. The reason why this is so important, and you can see that the oil is, some of it is burning off, but for the most part it's not leaving a residue. Why this is so important is because with sugar it's going to cause a major spike in insulin. There's a huge rise in insulin in late onset diabetes because people are eating so much sugar. Okay, so we are at the approximately 1 minute mark of burning the oil. And as you can see, it's just nice and clear and clean. Okay, so that is 1:10, which is about how long it took to burn the sugar. So once again, why this is so important is because there's a huge increase in people with late onset diabetes. And so there's 4 main things that happen. There's a huge spike in insulin, and that insulin causes the sugar to go straight to fat. The second one is that there's eventually going to be more muscle atrophy. So people will lose muscle rather than gain muscle because of eating sugar. The third one is that it interferes with the thyroid hormone. Thyroid hormone is important for metabolism, it's important for every function of the body. And then lastly, sugar causes chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is one of the things that causes aging, causes wrinkles, causes degeneration of the joints and different kinds of itises, which you will learn about in another video. So now, let's burn a corn chip. All right, so I have my handy-dandy forceps here that my awesome brother, the medical doctor, gave to me. And let's time this so that we can see how long it takes. And it won't take long. Okay, burning our chip. And it, as you can see, is flaming up all on its own. And you can see the oil coming through, coming out of it. Okay. And so how this compares is the oil is separating, but the chip is burning even faster than regular sugar would. So what this causes in the body is actually an increase in triglycerides. So we had 1 drop of oil so far. Triglycerides is one of the things, drop number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's getting hot. Okay, so we had at least 18 drops of oil, and probably more. I'm going to let it go. So the combination of sugar and oil together is one of the reasons why people have high triglycerides and their cholesterol levels are off. To combat that, I recommend not eating any sugar at all, but then when you do also have oil, make sure it's a nice clean oil that's not mixed with some kind of a sugar. I hope that you have enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed making it for you, and I'll see you on the next video.